Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Shokugeki no Souma, aka Food Wars, Chapter 107. Alright, and this chapter starts off with us learning that Megumi has been paired with Erina. Alright, and clearly she's freaked out by this, she's all worried and everything, she thinks she might hold Erina back, she thinks it'll be hard for her to stand out, and Erina didn't exactly help matters by essentially telling her to stay out of her way. Alright. Um, but the interesting thing that happened with these two is the head chef, Kasayama. Okay, he shows up and he just tells them to go and wash dishes. Alright, and clearly Erina is not going to be happy about that. She just flat out refuses. Alright, and it looked like Kasayama was going to force her to do it. But the next time we see them, he's just sucked up to her and done what she wanted. Well, not sucked up to her, but sucked it up, I guess. And now he's just like bowing down to her and saying, please tell me your suggestions. And, you know, that's not what I would have done personally. If what I would have done was I would have had Kasuyama threaten to fail her and say that, you know, this is his kitchen, and in his kitchen you have to prove yourself first. Doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past, alright, none of that matters. He's going to wipe the slate clean and make you prove yourself worthy of being promoted to a higher position than dishwasher. Alright, you're going to start on the bottom, and that's just how it's going to be. You get moved up once you impress and you show that you can do that. Alright, and I would tell Erina, you know, if you don't like it, then you can just get failed, or you can go and cry to your grandfather. Alright, and Erina would not take kindly to that, but I feel as though with her pride, it's difficult to, she would much rather, no, not much rather, but she wouldn't want to do either, but I feel like at the end of the day, it would be a bigger embarrassment for her to go to her grandfather, because then more people, that's something that people would find out, but her washing dishes, that's something that could be kept hush-hush between like her and Megumi. Alright, so I think in the end she would decide to wash dishes. Alright, and the way I would, what I would do after this is, I would have Kasayama go in, check up on them, you know, see how things are going, and Megumi, right, she's the type of character who, when she does something, she focuses a lot on it, and she tries too hard almost on it, and she just puts her all into whatever she does. So even if she was washing dishes, she would still be focused on that and trying to, you know, not screw up and things like that. So I feel like that would be that while she would be doing that, Erina would not be doing that at all. She would be doing it half-heartedly and just be disgusted at the fact that she's doing this. And because of that, Kasuyama would look at that and promote Megumi before promoting Erina, which would shock both of them, because everybody knows Erina is just better than Megumi. Alright, so Megumi being promoted first would actually end up giving some character development to Erina and Megumi, because Megumi's realizing that she has something that Erina doesn't, and Erina's realizing that Megumi has something she doesn't. Okay? And maybe that would make her reflect a little bit, maybe get rid of some of her arrogance, not all of it, but a little bit of it at least, and make her less complacent and trying to figure out what it is that she's missing, that this random girl has, but she doesn't, you know. So I feel like that would be a way to give both Megumi and Erina more development. Megumi would get more confidence in herself, you know. I just think that doing it that way would be better than doing it this way. I really don't see how doing it this way can benefit anyone. Maybe Megumi, because she's going to have to try harder to stand out. But, I mean, long term here, I think my plan is better, because Erina needs to at some point hit a wall. It doesn't need to be a big wall, but she's got to at least trip or something, you know, like she's got to hit a wall sooner or later. She just has to, just like Soma did in the Fall Classic when he didn't get first place. You know, he doesn't have to be a big wall, but these two do need to hit walls sooner or later. And Soma has hit his. Now it's time for Erina to hit hers. All right, I get that she's, top 10, elite 10 and all, but just that the point of this. Well, actually, maybe not, because let me hit on that point. Okay. Um, Here, so in this chapter, Soma ends up questioning whether he and Hisako are actually doing enough to make a visible improvement or a visible achievement. Okay, and which kind of goes back to what I was saying last week. All right. However, this week we see this woman Kazane, who says that Erina is making a visible change or visible achievement. So that made me think, well, maybe it's not maybe it's not personal growth that they want, but rather restaurant growth. All right, and if that's the case, then that does change things. Although personally, I still feel like personal growth would be better. I understand that that might be more difficult for the school to measure, but all they have to do is look at the restaurant owners and get their opinion and say, do you feel as though these two grew during their week there, And of course, every restaurant owner is going to be different. They're going to have different standards. Some people might get off easy. Some people might have it a little difficult, a little tough. All right, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So I just feel like the personal growth route is better. However, if they are going to do restaurant growth, then Soma and Hisako aren't really helping their restaurant achieve new heights. Sure, they helped it in a sense because now the customers are actually being served and they don't have to just leave and abandon the place because they're not getting their food. But that's something that every restaurant should be able to do. That's not an achievement. That's just basic. That's that's something every restaurant should be capable of. So rather than actually helping the restaurant grow, what they're really doing is just preventing it from failing, and that's not the same thing. Okay, so. Um, I mean, if they really are going for restaurant growth here rather than personal growth, then Soma and Isako are going to need to try a little bit harder. Well, even if they are going with personal growth, they're still going to have to try harder because neither of them they've just been coasting along. All right, so Soma and Hisako are going to have more work to do no matter what. All right, but the pair that this affects the most so far is Erina and Megumi, because Megumi is going to get her growth no matter what. No matter what. It's Erina who's questionable because she's not going to have any personal growth in this arc at all if what they're really looking for is restaurant growth. Okay, she's not going to benefit at all from this. All right, so personally I like my way better, but people usually do like their way better, so I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but not just the way they're going right now. Erina isn't going to benefit from this at all, really. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Overall, I mean, the chapter wasn't bad. I would give it. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10, just because all that really happened was Soma raising the question of whether or not they're doing enough, which I brought that up last week already. So all that happened was that someone bringing up that question and Erina saying, "I'm good. Look, I'm good. See, like that's that was essentially it." Sure, it looked nice. The art is always incredible, but still, like in terms of things actually happen, not much did. So I'll just give this chapter 6.5 out of 10, and that's that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.